Hey, peace, everybody. Just wanted to come to y'all real quick this morning. It's Friday, and I've been wanting to do some financial Fridays for a minute. Like, I know this is Kim Joyce Music's page. I know that it's all about music, but at the same time, like, I do work as a mortgage banker. I've been working as a mortgage banker for a couple years. My degree is in economics. Math, finances, all that stuff. It's probably one of my passions, I guess, a little bit outside of music. But the past few years as a mortgage banker, I work for a great company, Quicken Loans. It's probably the number one mortgage company in America, in the world, actually. So I feel like this would be valuable information. Home ownership, it's one of the biggest assets. It helps you obtain generational wealth. It helps your net worth go up. And a lot of us don't know really what it takes to obtain it. Now, right now, what's going on with Corona, COVID, and everything, it's creating a very big gap in ownership. Like, the rich are still getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. As you're out of work, it's going to be harder for you to get a mortgage without income. A lot of these other properties, like right now, values of homes are going up because people are overpaying houses because interest rates are so low. So if they got extra cash flow, they willing. If somebody got a home for like 200,000, cash is willing to pay 220,000 because they're getting a 1.99% interest rate. So keep that in mind. So it is making it a little bit more difficult for people who don't have a lot of reserves, people who might not, just they basically just can't, win this match of these people who have all this liquidity. Liquidity just means like cash flow, a lot of extra cash flow. So I just want to give some tips on what's going to help us start gaining this wealth, gaining these type of assets, real estate. Okay, so number one, you want to make sure that you guys, okay, you can get a mortgage if you have a 580 credit score. Real talk. You want to shoot for 620. The goal is over 700, really 740 and above. But guess what? If you have a 580, you still can get a mortgage. Okay, in a way that you can work on your credit. Just a little tidbit. If you don't have good credit, start establishing, build some credit, get a credit card, don't max it out, keep your usage under 30%. So if you get a limit of $100, don't charge more than $30, pay that bitch off, pay it off immediately. So just start getting credit. Like, keep the credit cards you have open the longest, keep them open. Like, if you're gonna close any credit cards, close the newer ones, but keep the one that you didn't have since 2009 open. Keep that open and keep all your usage under 30% because that's really gonna help you. And don't settle any accounts, y'all. Pay them all off. You know what I mean? Because even if you do settle an account, it's still going to leave a bad mark on your credit, and it's going to be hard to get that negotiated. You can't negotiate to really get that off. So pay all your balances in full, FYI, for credit. So anyways, credit-wise, you can have a 680. I'm sorry, 580. 620 is really where you want to go because that's a conventional loan. FHA ain't bad, but just keep that in mind. So number one, credit, that's where you can be. Now, income-wise, you want to make sure you're having about 2 years work history. W-2 pay stub. And with that, you want to be making on a monthly basis, say you bring home $1,000 a month, then your bills don't need to be more than $500 a month. It needs to be less than that. You need to be making double the amount that you make, hopefully more than that. Now, if you get a FHA loan, it doesn't have to necessarily be that, but for conventional, you want to times two whatever your monthly debts are. And I'm not talking about your light bill and all the utilities, things that you need to live. I'm talking about that extra shit, your car note, your Chase card, that Guitar Center card, all that's adding up. You need to be able to make double that every single month to qualify your income. Now, I know it's a lot of independent musicians and a lot of self-employed people out there. So with that being said, it's a little bit more difficult. I'm not sure how a lot of other businesses operate, but really you need to, what was I talking about? Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, self-employed. File your taxes. File your taxes because we do need like tax returns, like 2 years tax returns. So even if you're an independent musician, hairstylist, whatnot, start tracking your money. You know what I'm saying? Start tracking it. I know sometimes we don't like to do the taxes stuff because you're like, man, I don't want to pay taxes. We got to start. Can't be scared of that shit. You know what I mean? We got to start claiming these taxes, filing taxes, and doing all that. You got to start thinking more about money. Think of yourself as a millionaire already. think of yourself as a multimillionaire, billionaire. So I gotta do this. I gotta whoop, I gotta get my shit in line. The more that you got your finances in right, the more that you're thinking about them, the more it's gonna grow, you know. But anywho, 2 years tax returns, profit and loss. Profit and loss statement, we would need that as well. So you need to know how much you made year to date. So that's what I'm saying, tracking your finances, how much you have coming in, how much your expenses are. Be tracking that, because we're gonna need to see that if you're self-employed right now, especially during Corona season. And lastly, bank statements. So get a bank account, because you definitely need bank statements, even just to match the 2 years, match your year to date. You know, because it's not going to make sense if you haven't brought in $0 the past 2 months, but you're saying that you had 100,000. It can happen, but things just, you know, have to line up a little bit. So just to wrap things up is just saying that home ownership is major right now, and it's becoming more and more of a gap as the days go on in this Corona season. You know, the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. Rent kind of damn near feel like it's going up, you know, but it's so many homes out here, man, that we could be getting our hands on. So again, just some key points, man. Credit score, focus on your credit. You can have a 580 and still achieve the goal of home ownership, but definitely 740 is where you want to shoot for and higher. 740 and higher, and to do so, it's just not maxing out your cards, keeping all your credit cards under 30% usage, not settling any accounts, and keeping those credit cards that you've had open for a long time, keeping those open just to show that you can charge up if you need to, but you're not, and you have that discipline. So I think all that really kind of just helps credit. So credit-wise, income, you got to be making double the amount of your debts every single month, like the debts that you don't necessarily need, you know what I mean? Like not lights or any water bill, none of that, but like card notes, Chase, Guitar Center, I don't know, Victoria's Secret, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta make double that. And as well, make sure you're writing down what you're spending. Make sure that you're filing your taxes, because it's just gonna come back around and kick you in the ass. You gotta start, you know, growing up. I do too. You know, gotta start growing up and doing things the right way, because that's the only way that we're gonna really start obtaining our wealth. A lot of this wealth shit is about knowledge. What you don't know will cost you. So I'm gonna start just spreading some shit, because it's good for us. I love y'all. I appreciate your time. Have a good day.